Everyone watching this video has the same goal. You don't just want money, you want freedom. Freedom to choose where you live. Freedom to say no to jobs you hate. Freedom to live a wealthy life on your terms. But here's the uncomfortable truth. 90% of people who try to invest fail. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they play a game they don't understand. And if you don't fix this early, your 20s and 30s won't build wealth. They'll build regret. Now here's the good news. In the next minutes, I'm going to show you why most people fail at investing, and more importantly, how you can put yourself in the top 10%. Stay until the end, because the final mistake is the one almost nobody talks about, and it quietly destroys more wealth than market crashes ever will. Let's start with the biggest lie you've been told about investing. Most people don't invest, they gamble, they want fast money, they want overnight success, they want the next big thing. And let me ask you something. If getting rich quickly worked, why isn't everyone rich? The moment investments don't double in 6 months, panic kicks in. They sell at a loss, they blame the market, and they quit. Investing isn't exciting in the short term. It's boring, and boring is exactly what builds wealth. If investing feels thrilling every day, congratulations, you're not investing. You're on a financial roller coaster with no seatbelt. Here's how most people invest. A friend mentions a stock. A headline says, "This asset is exploding." A TikTok guru points at a chart. Money goes in, no goal, no timeline, no exit strategy. That's not investing. That's hope with a brokerage account. Wealthy investors don't ask, "How much can I make?" They ask, "How much risk am I taking and why?" Without a plan, emotion makes every decision for you. And emotions are terrible financial advisors. Which brings us to the mistake that costs people the most money. When markets rise, people get greedy. They buy late. When markets fall, people get scared. They sell early. This single pattern transfers money from emotional investors to disciplined ones. Market downturns are not disasters. They are wealth transfer events. The problem is, most people are on the wrong side of that transfer. Quick question. Have you ever sold an investment and watched it go up right after? Yeah, you're not alone. We live in a world of instant gratification, instant food, instant entertainment, instant delivery. But wealth doesn't work on Amazon Prime timing. Most people quit investing right before compounding starts to matter. The first few years feel slow. The later years feel unfair. That's not luck, that's math. And the people who win are simply the ones who stay long enough. But everything we've talked about so far is still not the biggest reason people fail. The next mistake is invisible. It sounds responsible, and it feels safe. Yet it quietly keeps millions of people broke. This is the silent killer of wealth. Most people obsess over stocks, crypto, and real estate, but ignore the asset that earns them money in the first place. Themselves, skills, career leverage, decision-making ability. If you're 18 to 30, your biggest wealth multiplier is not the market. It's your earning power. You can't out-invest a weak income, but you can massively scale a strong one. The top 10% understand this. They increase income, they control spending, they invest consistently, and they let time do the heavy lifting. Here's the hard truth. You don't lose wealth in your 50s. You lose it in your 20s and 30s by making small, emotional decisions repeatedly. But here's the exciting part. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be disciplined longer than everyone else. If you avoid these mistakes, you don't need luck. You don't need timing. You don't need secrets. You just need consistency. So the real question is, will you invest like the 90% or think like the 10%? Because wealth doesn't reward intelligence. It rewards behavior. If this video helped shift your mindset, subscribe, because the next video breaks down how the wealthy structure their money in their 20s and why most people copy the wrong habits. Don't miss it.